All right, so in this video I'm going to show you how you can calculate your grade in the class depending on which version of the final you take. If you go into the modules and you get onto week 8, 9, the last thing in there is Psych 52 grade calculator. And if you click on that, let me show you. If you click on this, it brings you to this window, and then you got to click on this up here to edit it and mess around with it. So I don't know, if you go in here and you just start entering your grades, then everyone's going to see your grades. So if you want a little bit more privacy, I recommend you make a copy of this and don't share it with the same people. Just make a copy of it. So now this is a copy and it's only visible to you. If you take the long final, this is how much the percentage that each of the tests, quizzes count towards your overall quiz grade. And then there's a formula that I plugged in to calculate your overall quiz grade based on the numbers that you plug in here. So say you got a 80 on the first quiz, 85 on the second quiz, 87 on the third quiz, and on the final exam you get a 90, like that. And then it calculates your overall quiz grade to be 86.75. And say you did all of the homeworks, you get 95%, or not percent, but you get a score of 95. I don't give 100 on the homework because 100 in my grading scheme ends up being an A+, and I'm not giving A+ on homeworks, which were only graded for effort. So I think that's fair. And over here is a calculation combining your homework grade, which counts for 25% of your overall grade, and your quiz grade, which counts for 75%. So you don't need to enter anything into the overall quiz and into your grade. Those will be calculated for you automatically when you plug values into these 4 quizzes and you plug in your homework value. Now, same thing down here if you did the short final. Short final counts for 20%, 30%, 30%. Not Quiz 1's 20%, Quiz 2 is 30%, Quiz 3 is 30%, and the final exam is 20%. I think I'm going to change that. Let's make this 25%, and this 35%. Okay, and then the final exam counts for 20. So in this calculation, each of the quizzes counts for a little bit more than if you do the long final, and the final exam counts for half of your overall quiz grade if you do the short final compared to the long final. So if you're doing this one, you probably got good scores on the first 3 quizzes, and then on the final exam, say you get a 90. Okay, so the overall quiz grade is a little bit higher, and your grade ends up being a little bit higher. So that's how you calculate your grade. Plug in your quiz grades, plug in your homework grade, and that will give you your overall grade for the course.